To understand the world around us, we first need to define the terms we use. Extreme right-wing terrorism refers to violent acts committed by individuals or groups whose ideologies are rooted in elements of far-right politics. These can encompass a range of views, including white supremacy, xenophobia, ultranationalism, and intolerance towards diversity. This form of terrorism is significant as it threatens our societal norms, democratic values, and the safety of individuals, particularly those from marginalized communities. It's not confined to one country or region, it's a global issue. Throughout recent years, we have witnessed a surge in such acts of terror, making it a pressing concern that requires our attention. Extreme right-wing terrorism seeks to disrupt and divide, employing fear as a tool to further their ideological goals. So, extreme right-wing terrorism is not just a buzzword, but a real and present danger in our societies. The roots of this menace run deep, and its history is worth scrutinizing. The historical roots of extreme right-wing terrorism can be traced back to early 20th century Europe, with the rise of fascism. This was a time when nationalist ideologies, coupled with authoritarian tendencies, gave birth to a violent political movement. Over time, this movement evolved and adapted, taking on new forms and methods. From the streets of Italy and Germany, it extended its reach globally, influencing groups in different parts of the world. Post-World War II, these ideologies were rekindled, leading to a surge in far-right extremism. Fast forward to the close of the 20th century, the landscape of right-wing extremism had changed. The internet age provided a new platform for these ideologies to spread and recruit, leading to the contemporary forms of extremism we see today. The past informs the present, and understanding this history helps us make sense of today's trends. The face of terror has changed over time, adapting to new environments and exploiting vulnerabilities. Contemporary extreme right-wing terrorism has seen a shift from street violence to the darker corners of the internet, where radicalization often takes place. Take, for instance, the heartbreaking case of the Christchurch mosque shootings, a grim demonstration of how online platforms can be misused to propagate hate. The ideological foundations of this form of terrorism are rooted in white supremacy and nationalism. These ideologies fuel a misguided sense of superiority and entitlement, leading to acts of violence against those deemed different or other. The tragic Charleston church shooting in the United States serves as a stark reminder of the deadly consequences of such ideologies. These ideologies and tactics are chilling, but understanding them is the first step to combating them. The effects of this terror are not confined to the shadows. They pervade our societies and affect the most vulnerable among us. Extreme right-wing terrorism exploits the vulnerabilities of communities, often targeting those who are marginalized or disenfranchised. This exploitation is not a random act, but a calculated move to sow division and fear. Victims of these acts experience profound impacts. The psychological trauma can be debilitating, leading to a lasting state of fear and distress. Social impacts are also significant, with communities often torn apart by suspicion and hate. In some cases, victims are forced to migrate, leaving their homes and communities behind in a desperate bid for safety. Physically, the scars may heal, but the emotional and psychological wounds can last a lifetime. This terror seeps into every facet of a victim's life, altering their sense of safety, community, and self. The cost of this terror is high, both in human terms and for the fabric of our societies. It's not all doom and gloom, though. We have tools at our disposal to fight back. The key to combating extreme right-wing terrorism lies in prevention and intervention. This involves a multifaceted approach, starting with early intervention programs. These initiatives aim to identify and assist individuals who may be susceptible to radical ideologies before they become fully ingrained. Community engagement is another critical tool. By fostering an environment of inclusivity and understanding, we can help deter the divisive rhetoric that fuels such extremism. This includes initiatives that promote dialogue and understanding across diverse groups and working actively to dispel harmful stereotypes. Moreover, prevention and intervention efforts must also be supported by policy changes and legal tools. This includes stricter laws against hate speech and incitement to violence, as well as policies that address the socio-economic inequalities that often underpin radicalization. These preventative measures are crucial in our fight against this form of terrorism. In the digital age, the battlefield has expanded, and so have the causes of this terror. Technology, a tool that promises to connect us, can also serve as a catalyst for extreme right-wing terrorism. Platforms can unwittingly provide a space for radicalization, where harmful ideologies are shared and amplified. This raises the question, what is the responsibility of tech companies in this scenario? They must be vigilant, proactive in identifying and mitigating the spread of extremist content. But technology is just a tool. The root of the problem lies deeper. Socioeconomic inequality, marginalization, these are the breeding grounds for extremism. A sense of alienation can lead individuals down the path of radical ideologies. Promoting diversity, inclusion, and media literacy can help to challenge these harmful narratives and build more resilient communities. Understanding the role of technology and addressing root causes is key to combating extreme right-wing terrorism.